You should. All right, I think we're probably live now. So here we go. Let's get started.
The following podcast may be explicit. One Joe Young presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.
Yes, you can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. You can also find us here today on YouTube. And here we go. We're here in the shed, first live video. Well, not really the first live video, but the first video we're doing live as part of doing live video on Adventures from the Shed.
Definitely the first commentary of a previous episode.
That's right. Today we are going to, as you can see above your heads there, we're going to be reacting to our own episode, which, for those who are listening now, if you happen to be listening live or catch us live, or for that matter, just before 2 o'clock today, you're going to hear the final episode before people in our audio stream hear it, because that final episode doesn't go up until 2 o'clock today. You're going to be able to hear most of it while we talk over it. Who's here in the shed today?
That's interesting. I didn't know that you're okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a little teaser, maybe. Yeah. See if we can get people to listen.
So we're going to talk over all. We're going to talk over all the important parts.
We'll try.
Maybe. This is Chris.
That's Chris. See, that's Chris.
Oh God, I was trying.
And who's
He's the best-looking bald man in the shed today.
Best-looking bald man in the shed. And who's the best-looking blonde man in the shed today?
And this is Kurt. I've got a real challenge today, Joe, because I watched the Taylor Swift Reputation Tour special on Netflix last night with my 10-year-old.
I watched that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that I've got a little Tay-Tay in my head today. So if I just start breaking into song today, just shut me down.
I tell you, interestingly enough, I thought that was pretty cool. The whole idea of the showing behind the scenes concert, and I thought those were really nice. The Reputation Tour special. That was like what, 2 hours?
2 hours and 6 minutes. That's a lot of Taylor.
Both times it was exactly that long. We also have that guy with us today, Mr. Cthulhu. Kurt, you have the voice of Cthulhu, don't you?
Sometimes I do, One Joe Young. Sometimes I come to devour your soul.
All right, and I actually have some little clever things I'm going to try here. So, like, this is that's Mr. Chris. You see, that's Chris.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, he is. I say that because the other person here is.
What is mine going to say? AFTS pervert?
The original.
Oh, the original.
Yeah, you should say noob on it, probably.
Yeah, well, it should say newbie. And then, of course, for mine, it's just boring. I'm just the host. So
the host with the most, Joe. The host with the most.
I have the most Joe for sure.
Is that moist or most?
The moist Joe. Most of the moist Joe.
That's an image I'm not sure I needed in my mind.
I don't get it.
Might be true for today.
So what we're going to have here shortly is we're going to play the full, well, almost all of the A New Frontier final episode. And in the final episode, we did some resolution of at least the main story. I was just trying to think about, I don't know that we resolved a whole lot more than just the main plot line. There's a whole lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, we threw in things that could have gone sideways, and then we just didn't go anywhere with them.
Yeah. Okay. Was there any part of it that you thought we should have addressed, Kurt?
No, I mean, I think, we try to keep it focused and have kind of a set number of episodes, roughly, 30, 35 episodes per campaign.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not sure what number this one was.
I was going to wonder what was the final count.
I guess technically 30? I could look on here. The number was 31. So that's at the title of that window. 31.
But, in Parandisi, there could be a spin-off series at any given moment.
Yes, there already was. Right?
I mean, we have this really flaky druid who just kind of shows up every now and then. I mean,
druids be flaky.
There could be a whole
Speaking of,
other
that
adventure
flaky
with her.
druid is actually in this episode. So I'm going to get it started, and we can make our comments over top of it.
May be explicit. One Joe Young presents
Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG pod. I can do this guy's voice.
Pretty good.
The mellifluous tones of the One Joe Young.
Save Parandisi, we want to thank our regulars, Kurt and Chris, and special thanks to our guests for joining us for A New Frontier.
Oh, man.
Thank you to Bridget, Kelly, and Mike. We look forward to seeing you again. Enjoy the podcast.
Hi, and welcome to the shed. So yeah, we had for that one throughout. Kurt was on and off actually, missed a few days, but we also had Kelly on and off, and Bridget on and then off. She didn't turn back on. Mike was there for the whole thing as well.
That's right.
We'll get right back into it. Who's first here? And it's Chris. I'm playing
Introductions, you can talk over.
I was going to say, it was a little challenging in terms of personal issues with folks going on and other things, but I think we held it together.
I'm a dangerous.
I would like to think we mostly held it together, yeah.
And hey, this is Kelly. I'm playing Trillium the Druid.
This is Kurt. I am playing Breton.
Kurt, whose microphone is always wrong to start. It does get adjusted.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
We
little.
became a cloud at the end of the episode.
See?
And I am Laramie Burnsteel, Paladin
And
Joseph.
there's Mike.
Jojo.
Yeah, so almost every episode I'm telling Kurt, move your mic, move it closer, further, closer.
Quick.
You would think I would learn.
Nope.
Followed the,
I have determined
the
you
trail
don't.
to
It's okay.
beneath the treasury and found some of the, well, all of the stones that were missing from the Cathedral of Josiah. The players staged an ambush for the next time that the figures returned. When the figures returned, they were kind of animated cloaks.
Isn't it great that when you're listening, you don't look at anything in particular? Just kind of look off in the distance.
Stone. And that was from the church. They found behind that group was Drummond. He was actually holding a staff, orchestrating the whole.
People might need the recap. That's why I'm trying to be quiet.
Nah, screw the recap.
Literally tackled
And I could
Yeah,
just do
technically,
a,
lost
do a
people.
routine here.
Yeah, you sure could.
Pose down.
He stopped Uriel, or the artist formerly known as Uriel.
I also need the recap. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
He put his sword out as well. And then Laramie was taken off of Drummond and put into the same magical net in midair. And Drummond has retreated back towards the wizard and is kind of going nya after spitting disappointment at.
Drummond was kind of a dick.
Yeah.
He did not have a lot of redeeming qualities.
No.
No.
Cloud
Real
charged
jerk.
forward and turned into cloud mist, passed through the magical web.
I was about to say that Cloud was probably the most consistent character in this campaign, but then I remembered that he changed gender every episode.
Well, that's consistent, though.
That's true.
Teeth bared. What does she do next, Kurt? Breton.
Right, so
Kurt Breton.
yeah, I'm not sure if we want to be trying to kill Drummond or the wizard at this point.
Yes.
So I think we're probably going to kind of pin him down and hold it.
Well, I always think torture's an option.
I don't know, but with him, it was just like
Interrogation.
Burn him to death.
Yeah, he was just.
Yeah.
He was out for blood.
I mean, maybe the wizard is making that barrier.
So I'm trying to remember, this was our third hour from that day, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, it was the final episode
Yeah.
that day.
time the wizard stopped Yo-Yo the Flame Boy, his right hand has been up
Oh, okay.
the whole
so-
time. So he's like
okay, I was
holding
thinking it was maybe
that
Drummond with his staff.
barrier. His left hand poofed out the flame sword. His left hand.
By the way, I had this picture in my head the whole time where I said the wizard had his right hand up the whole time. For whatever reason, I had this picture in my head of Jesus like this the whole time. He was just like, no, stop.
Didn't
No.
pick it back up. It's just there.
Well, in that case, I think I would have Cloud to kind of threaten the wizard, like
Okay.
in an intimidation, in the hopes that he would put his hands down to defend himself. Or
You don't stop, I'm going to bite you.
I really relied on my wolf a lot. Like, when in doubt, just send Cloud in.
Yeah, you should if you're a ranger, man.
For the wizard's morale or lack of morale.
Oh, and this one you had your pop reference that I never got
Just standing there.
about what command you used for Cloud to sick somebody.
Oh, chopper sick balls?
Stand by
Yes.
me, yeah.
right arm with her +4 ferocity that she now has.
And that's what I was going to say. So how would you play that out? Because I'm going to require a roll out of that, and we typically don't let the animal companion react or act outside of the ranger. So how would we want to play that out? Rather than me just make something up, how do you think it should play out?
I mean, we're supposed to, I think, kind of attack together so that I
Yep.
can use command.
Yep.
I know that I'm probably not going to be able to get through that barrier unless she knocks.
I do like it when Joe just makes things up.
coordinated, so if she's able to attack
I do too.
the barrier, then I can also be firing an arrow.
My own DMing has gotten a lot better since I just started making things up.
It helps to make for a more cohesive story when you've just made it up, oddly enough.
With Cloud that we've never really
Well, I'm just making it up. I just like to make it up previously.
used for attack.
Chomper, sick balls.
There it is.
Sick balls. Chomp her sick balls.
That's what I heard.
Now, chopper.
Chopper.
If you have not seen Stand By Me, particularly if you have young boys, it doesn't get better than that.
Me. I'm aren't. All right. So the idea being if this is a coordinated attack, then that's what you want to do.
It's so rare we have a pop culture reference that all of us get.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Well,
You go ahead
it's
and
probably
roll
happened once.
See what the end result is.
It's probably something I came up with.
we'll be
Because everyone
sitting here-
knows everything I know.
We'll do something obvious, and Joe will be like, "Yeah, I don't watch Star Wars."
If only.
And
That's one I do watch.
I added frosting to my damage.
Anything to the
Which,
attack.
no, unfortunately.
This is a brief moment of me actually like playing my character sheet and looking at
Isn't that
the
weird?
mechanics.
Oh yeah, I rolled 8 plus 3 dex is 11.
So, Cloud, excuse me.
So you get the balls.
Forward
With an 11, you get the balls.
towards what? I mean, do you want a specific spot? Cloud is leaping towards on the wizard.
Nope, shouldn't do that.
Full, 6
Yeah.
foot something wizard. I
Yeah.
want to say I said it was 6'7" or something. Really tall dude.
He's gonna be pinning him kind of up on his chest, but particularly on that right shoulder because he was holding
Okay.
his right arm out.
So that happens. When you release the arrow, just as it's starting to fly in that direction, that's when the web breaks, and those who were in motion and held kind of fall. Your arrow
Forgot I was
goes
in
through
midair.
and hits the wizard square in the chest. And when that happens, Trillium's arrow also resumes its momentum and knocks the wizard's hat off because Cloud moved it, but the arrow she shot knocked its hat off instead of hitting him in the head.
Hatless wizard.
And Drummond has this look of panic in his eyes and turns to run away.
Ooh, Jojo the Flame Boy's going to chase him.
Now that all would have happened in like 4 seconds in a movie, but it would look really cool.
Yeah.
Face, it's WTF. What's going on?
And no problem shooting Drummond in the knees. Bring him down, so I can do called shot to like.
He's also
incapacitate.
fast, remember. Drummond is
Man, I don't sound like I sound in my head, which I know is cliche to say, but it is weird.
anybody at this point, anyone's free to act because I have been freed from
I'm going
the
to
web.
start.
I sound a lot more like a cross between Brad Pitt and George Clooney in my head.
Maybe it's because they're both in your head doing it.
The wizard's just gotten pushed back against the wall. He's going to be easy to reach. He's 15 feet away from you, tops. So a couple of long strides, and Laramie's there. He's not a short guy either.
Laramie Burnsteel.
I'd like to shoot at Drummond. Maybe not like a deadly shot, but something to
You
let
want
him
to
know.
slow down the dwarf. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's give it's just going to be another volley. You pull out another arrow.
Gotta save the kill for Captain Memory Loss.
in his direction.
Yeah.
Because that will reach before even an expedited Uriel.
All right,
You
so
mean
that's,
Lieutenant Memory Loss. You forgot what rank he was.
An expedited Uriel sounds like something you go to a doctor for.
It does. It does.
Hit him in the back of the leg.
They got a shot that'll clear that up.
Another
Kind of
7 to 10 days.
being hit by you guys. And he kind of stumbles forward.
again!
And as he's stumbling, Uriel does what?
Oh, I assume he's outside now.
No, you got 50 feet to get outside at least.
All right, I want to drag him outside.
Just want to
Grab
grab
his hair.
and drag him.
Beard.
He'll put up a fight, so this is going to be strength.
And it's the deadpan anger. I'm gonna drag him outside.
By his beard.
Really. What you got?
A niner.
Niner? Are there any options of making
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
10?
for sure, for sure.
Okay.
Sure. There must have been a chip or two on the table last episode.
And he is so concerned with his beard and the pain he's feeling from you dragging his, stocky, I don't know, dwarves weigh like 800 pounds, but you're just dragging him along by the beard, right?
See, I think it could have been
Make stuff up.
I think it could have been a dex check. I mean, if he used a real nice beard oil, it could have been slippery. It could have been a challenge.
Coulda.
You're dragging him,
Yeah, Drummond might have been one of those guys, beard oil guy.
grabbing at little things. So he's screaming about the pain in his beard and the pain in his leg, and just he's pretty miserable. Laramie, the wizard's there. You've reached him.
Gotta get his comeuppance.
Just as you reach the wizard, Uriel goes
Fire come down
flying
and
by, grabs the dwarf by the beard and starts dragging him out. And you're at the wizard.
Yeah, and I'm like, good boy, Cloud. Pat him on the head. And then good girl. He changes all the time.
It's a mist. It's a male mist.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Mr.
oh my god.
And then he'll like just swing out with his the butt of his sword and just sort of try to.
By like episode 25, I think at the top of my character sheet, I just wrote Cloud with a big F for female after it, and we still screwed it up.
Yeah. Good boy.
All right.
And I mean like a 10 plus. hack and slash here.
Well-
I don't know if you're going to get that close.
No, that's a 5
might
on the dice plus
Alright.
3 is an 8.
All right, you might just hurt him and piss him off. So let's deal damage.
Okay.
Who's he attacking? The wizard?
Wizard, yeah.
Because in this case, I mean, he's a pretty.
Because your
sturdy
boy
fella.
Cloud was holding him down.
Now he ain't no paladin, but he's pretty sturdy.
I don't think I'd be smiting him with a
Well, how
Punch.
pissed is he? Would you be using the power of Josiah in your blow? Because that's the idea of the smith.
Go, Joe.
because if I was, I would run him through.
Okay.
I think I'd be just knocking him out here.
Okay.
Okay.
So just a couple of
That's
damage.
4.
All right. So you hit him, and the butt of the sword.
Yeah, I just need to start calling on the power of Josiah randomly in my daily life.
You should.
I just need to close this big account today and just need a little extra hit.
Just make sure you use the word compel in there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
I compel you.
power just
Let me manage it.
compels you to sign this contract.
Imposters! What are you doing here? What is Breton?
Imposters.
Before we head outside to see what's up. Because Breton just shot an arrow, and now you got seconds have passed. How's he following that up?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, this wizard was so pissed off. Like, you guys aren't supposed to be here.
Right.
it's got
Well, you weren't. You're not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
weird and
That's Clerk's reference.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Two.
I haven't seen Clerks in a long time, although.
Uriel is now out of sight.
Shoot
Was it Clerks or Mallrats that had Shannon Doherty in it?
He's been a badass.
It
From
wasn't
90210.
Clerks.
I think it was Mallrats.
And inside, the three of you are with
Clerks is early Silent J and
It was
Silent
before
Bob.
anybody knew anybody from that. Yeah.
Uriel, give him a little backup.
So when Breton goes to follow you and he reaches the entrance, are you bringing him outside into the snow?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see Uriel drag him out into the snow, and then what happens?
I start channeling flames into the sky to watch the world burn.
Which Drummond appreciates because he just got some flakes down his butt crack and it was
Probably.
really chilly.
He's a cold fella.
Please call a firestorm. Tell the GM what you're sacrificing, so I'll obviously do that.
Yeah.
The sky opens up and fire pours like rain from it within an area about equal to a small village. Everyone in every
Small village.
Yeah. Just want to take out one short guy.
It would be an awesome end to this episode is if Uriel got killed and then turned into a phoenix and rose
yeah.
in a massive flaming phoenix.
I was almost going towards that at the end with the whole sacrifice himself, but it didn't work out.
Uriel Rising. That's another thing you'd probably get a pill for.
That's true.
But if it stays up for more than 4 hours, you have to consult a physician.
Yes, definitely.
Breton, excuse me. This is what Breton sees.
Clearly, I was tired.
Go ahead. What do you think you want to sacrifice?
I already sacrificed
I
your
want to
name.
sacrifice that I don't remember my name, so you get it back.
I forgot that I forgot something.
Something important. Perhaps an organ.
Have a kidney.
Forgot that I had lungs. I can't breathe.
Something. In order for it to be a sacrifice. it has to be
You should have had to given your left nut.
Because last time I sacrificed
Just take the wizards that Cloud took that.
symbols and all that stuff about the magic weapon and all that.
If you want, I can just come up with one. It's going to be.
I had something in mind.
Do it because I have an idea, but it's almost too crazy. But
Okay. What you
I'm trying to remember what my idea was.
this time is any memory of blacksmithing.
yeah,
Kelly's gasp.
Yeah.
let's see.
God. But that's what your character is. Exactly. It's the last episode.
Now, last time, like your arm was blackening and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Can you describe it again?
Yeah, so when I start channeling it into the sky,
You know, I've
it
determined
starts to get,
this is too much tea.
I
I was mentioning to Chris earlier, I'm at the tail end of something that started bugging me on Friday.
It opens up like
And I decided I would make myself some tea. This is 3 tea bags and hot water and a little bit of honey and some sugar and some lemon.
Some bourbon.
I only like about 4 ounces of tea, apparently.
and then it just starts. Yeah, it basically
Not
teabagged
not
himself.
30. I did. I tree bagged myself.
starts dumping down on top of that.
And it's really hot, Brett.
However, the horrible joke I said earlier, I will repeat now that we're on the air. This is my cup of tea.
And others inside will start to feel heat coming
Where's the drum
from the
set?
tunnel,
It's behind there.
like blast furnace kind of heat coming from the outside.
I did tell
Yeah,
him
my
it was
eyes
gonna
get
be
real
a
red,
bad
like
day
fire.
for
So
him.
Joe, when you're DMing a final episode, are you sad inside?
A little bit. Mostly because I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing next?
You guys know the wizard.
We can just throw that off on one of
The
us.
wizard's eyes
Turns out I'll just turn the camera on and just talk about it. How's that?
He's clearly angry, and there's an energy that hums off of him, and everyone that's near to him, you're just kind of pushed back with the amount of energy, and it's like irresistible. You're pushed back from him. What do you do?
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Fight the powers that be.
The irresistible wizard meets the immovable
I
paladin.
sort of want to like press my body through it so I can get
Okay.
as close enough to like stab him.
Okay. Breton, as you come back in, it's only 50 feet, so you get back in close enough, and you see it's almost like a blue, almost tangible ball of energy around the wizard, pushing back those that were there.
The wizard has one big blue ball that you're trying to get into.
It's like the shield generators in Dune. You gotta get a real slave to get cast.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure we want to kill the wizard.
And you know I'm going to ask you too, Trillium, so you be thinking
Right.
in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Right, because I mean, well, do you think you can get any information out of him? Do you think? Does he think this?
I really am not a murder hobo or her. I'm always trying to do something else before I kill
I
him.
want to talk to him before we kill
We
him.
could kind of talk to him when he's dead. Still, we have that option available.
I talk to him all day long if you want.
Talk to him all day long.
I was just trying to be tactical about it. This guy's gonna waste us if we let him keep doing things. You know?
Yeah.
It seems on par with...
Yeah, and he almost brought the house down.
That's pretty heavy.
Oh, he did. He brought it down. You guys just happened to survive it.
I'm going to do called shot on the wizard.
Okay.
I guess that's a spoiler. Oops.
Okay. Yeah. So when I attack a defenseless or surprise enemy at range, I can choose to deal my damage in certain ways. I'm going to try to do
Should have
the.
said spoiler alert way earlier.
I guess I'll go head. They do nothing but stand and drool for a few moments.
And just so you know, kind of like what I did with Laramie and knocking him out, I'm going to call a little bit of a technicality in that you have to get a 10 plus for it to work. Because technically, he's not defensive. He has an orb of energy around him.
Right.
However, you're
it.
going
That's
for
fine.
the unexpected
Yeah.
shot.
That's all right. I got +3 on my dex.
So it will have to be a 10 plus.
That's all right. I got this covered.
How about that?
That's pretty good.
Good enough.
7 total.
All right. So the arrow bounces off the ball.
His blue ball was too strong for me.
For your arrow, you could not penetrate his blue ball.
Okay, so Uriel is
The
outside.
entirety of this podcast may be explicit,
Firestorm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Right
you'll
or at least laced with innuendo.
thunderous noises and feel the heat. You just don't, from where you guys are, where the wizard is, you don't see it.
Okay. So Uriel is out there. I don't know that it's raining fire.
Euro is outside, dividing by 0.
He has just put a dimensional pocket into a black hole.
Kelly has a great podcast voice.
Yeah.
It's funny because she doesn't think she.
Nope.
You know, she's like, oh, I hate being recorded.
No.
Now, when I heard, she told me one time, one thing that I do agree with, depending on how she's talking and the pattern of her voice, she thinks she can sound like a valley girl, and that's true sometimes, but it's not her voice, it's that pattern,
Yeah.
right? So,
Pretty much. Like, you guys seem like you got it going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to peek out here, see what Uriel's
We got it
doing,
going on.
And now,
it's like George Clooney and Brad Pitt in your head.
That's what you'll find out. What we'll do is we'll just let you get to the point where you can walk and look outside.
okay.
And when you get out there, Uriel's standing with his fist clenched around some beard hair. Charred remains of something at his feet.
He's calling on Cthulhu.
You did well with your roll on the firestorm.
Burn the beard.
Yeah, but I want to make sure he's just he's complete ash.
Oh yeah, well, close enough to ash.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay. So can I just...
Scorched earth.
Uriel,
Scorched earth.
Uriel,
Swallow the beard.
Yeah.
Wait, Uriel, hey you, Fireboy, Tank.
Hey, you fireboy tank.
His arms are just black and his eyes are like flaming. You know,
Okay, yeah. I
his
want
hair,
Uriel.
his hair is almost like.
I want
flaming.
Uriel to interact with the wizard a little bit because something tells me that there's something going on there.
He's got magic against blue balls.
In the meantime, Laramie, let's do a strength roll to see how if you can get past the wizard's blue ball.
Wizard has blue balls?
One blue ball of energy.
Just one.
Just one.
We are so sophisticated in our humor.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's like as much as you can push forward, it pushes back.
But he doesn't stop trying.
Yeah. And the wizard is just, it's a
I can do this, so I think it's funny.
steam coming off him. That spot that you cut on his chin, the blood that's come off into his beard.
If only Mickey were here.
Oh, it wouldn't be those. It would, blah, 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 done.
Coming off it almost like it's
It wouldn't be as sophisticated. It would just be dirty humor.
in the not good,
Miss you, Mickey.
not the way that Uriel would boil his blood. Breton, you're there. Your arrow bounced off his big blue ball. What else you want to try?
Pause it. His big blue
Yeah,
ball.
I mean, Cloud is perfect for distraction, right?
Yeah, how so?
I think we also had about 18 pieces of pizza each right before this episode.
Oh my gosh.
So as I
I forgot
recall, there
about that.
might have been a little bit of a food coma happening.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a delayed reaction from Breton. He's like,
get through
oh, Hawaiian
The
pizza.
pauses in this episode brought to you by Papa John's.
That was all the hot pineapple.
Who was it? Was it you that didn't? Who was it that didn't like the hot pineapple?
Yeah, shut up. Hot pineapple. Hot pineapple sucks. Remember you had to chant
Put in the
that.
hot pineapple.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So we had.
A half a
I
minute.
was listening to someone the other day who was saying his favorite pizza was pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapenos.
Oh, my.
And I was like, ooh, that sounds really
Yeah.
good.
Jalapeno and pineapple go together really well, actually.
I want to
sausage.
speak to those stones again and see. if
Sidewall pizza, there's a Hawaiian with they call it spicy Hawaiian, and it's like the Canadian bacon or ham, pineapples, and jalapenos. So this is just subbing out the pepperoni for that. It's all good.
energy, right?
Science says proof.
It's on the internet now.
Science has proven that Joe sucks.
Oh, man, I tossed that into the flat Earth Society pile.
At the same time, I picture you like walking past me trying to fight to this wizard, and you're just like, hold on a sec, I'm getting stoned with these rocks over here.
Hey.
I could see it though. I could actually see it.
Getting stoned means speaking to stones, by the way.
I was gonna say there's a possibility of 5 to 10 minutes of drug reference humor now.
To the well-being of the party.
Well, I don't feel like
They
I'm going
always
to be
have
well
excuses,
very
don't
often
they?
here.
The druid doesn't show up from time to time because she's been out in rehab, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I want to check in on the stones and see if they can offer
I keyed.
any sort of like, hey, can you help us with this power, this magic, this wizard, this what's going on here?
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the buzz is worn off. I didn't know it would wear off so fast. But the whole Josiah thing,
I forgot we were communing with the stones.
Yeah.
from what's going on,
That went on for, I want to say, 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
From the first time she talked to the rocks at the cathedral
maybe that would piss
to
off the wizard.
the final episode.
Josiah doesn't go away.
Yeah, because they're trying to dismantle it. Because that's what I was part of. Me and this guy and that guy and that guy and that. If rocks could point, he'd point to it.
I feel like the Stones were very Jim Henson-esque with their attitude. You know,
Ah.
it reminds me of something I would see in the
Yeah.
Jim
So
Henson.
the wizard doesn't want Josiah.
They
I hadn't
reminded
thought of
me
that. That's an influence on me. But
Crush from Finding Nemo, the turtle.
oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, man.
Odds come.
More teenage version of Crush, probably.
California.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be time for that god to go away. Which is kind of a bummer, being part of that.
These Stones just want to go surf.
They do.
Exactly. That's what I thought the whole time.
Yeah.
But if you find a way for Josiah to hang out, like maybe if there was a powerful ally of Josiah around or something.
Hint, hint. Paladin.
It's called a clue.
Uh-oh. Someone's passing out to class. So yeah, man.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Rock on.
Yeah, rock on. Thanks.
Rock on.
That should have been the standard greeting and
Rock on.
And
rock on. Dude. Yeah,
go
rock on.
Joe. But not really.
I mean, yeah, go Joe. Cool. I don't mind being part of the cathedral.
Cathedral, it's all good.
That's
cool.
Aside from that.
Okay. So our helpful paladin here, I'm relaying all this to him.
So you're shouting back down
I'm
the
a little
hall.
busy right now.
But I mean, this would affect you though, knowing that
Yeah.
Josiah.
I mean, nobody ever said it the same every episode.
I don't believe that is true.
Mike was remarkably consistent with his accent.
He was.
The accent.
Larmy does not subscribe to the
It was impressive.
Josiah.
So I will.
You were remarkably consistent with copying it as well.
Most of the time unintentionally.
Now, we got to get that staff.
That's what she said.
Oh man, Joe, we're like 2 peas in a pod.
I'll be Brad Pitt.
Who's going to do it and how are you going to do
Have I told you about my 13-year-old who loves the "that's what she said" jokes, but says it for things that like don't make any sense at all?
I think that's awesome.
That's when it can be the
I'll be
most
like,
funny.
I'll be like, oh, I really need some butter out of the refrigerator, and he'll be like, yeah, that's what she said. And I'll be like,
That's what she said.
That's amazing.
Mike is working on his blue ball.
Right.
anyone want to go to Big Air Friday night? That's what she said.
That's a good one, actually. I like that.
Ball here.
I was myself, I was thinking of different ways that Cloud, as the wolf that I've pictured in my head, would be reacting to this, like scratching at it, trying to bite it, lick it, trying to figure out how to
That's what she
At the
said.
staff? What's going on here?
I mean, it is my dog.
I think we
So.
talked over an important part, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Uriel is on his way in.
I say Uriel probably still steaming.
You were Uriel that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not,
That's the mermaid version of
Yeah, right, yeah.
Uriel.
it heated up in this tunnel.
He just wants to be
Minutes for that.
part of your world.
Okay. And where's the staff? Is it
He's got a flaming dingle hopper.
Dingle
Within 10
hoppers.
feet of where you guys are. Within 10 feet
Thingamabob, I've got 20.
between
No
the
big
wizards
deal.
and stones.
Could we use the staff against the wizard?
It's just a levitation staff, so I mean you can move them around probably.
Why you got to rain on her parade, man?
Hey man, gotta be consistent.
Just collapse the whole tunnel on top of the wizard. And just leave.
Yeah, it's funny because
Shout, you
yeah,
shall pass.
did we start the problem, the collapse, or was it the wizard?
Yes.
It looks like, yeah.
Just tell everybody to leave and you just dump the whole place on top of them. I mean, that's my kind of thing.
Do we want to
Rained a
return
village
the
of
stones
fire.
to the cathedral?
You
Okay.
could always open up another passageway to get to the stones.
Let's levitate the stones out of the opening or whatever. Like levitate the stones outside, and then collapse the whole thing on the wizard, just like you said.
We got
And
Might
then
take a little while.
yeah, that's going to take
I mean,
too long to do that.
he could be a.
What was, I'm blanking on what was Kelly's character's name?
Trillium.
Yeah, Trillium.
I don't know. If
I appreciate Trillium's concern about the stones.
the energy since.
Well, she spent some time getting stoned with them.
Yeah.
Anti him.
Okay.
Rock on.
Passageway. You get 2 people, 3.
It's been big enough for whatever it needs
Yeah,
so
okay.
far.
That's what she said.
Yeah, well, we don't worry about it.
Joe has a one-track mind.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Pretty chunky.
And I don't know what the right weight would be, but they're like 3.
If that track is horrible jokes, I agree.
They're big. You need a lot of Egyptians to move them.
While I'm deciding, can I get another shot at trying to get through there?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
All right.
go for it.
I'm up for it.
On.
Because I just see you
Come
struggling all the
on.
time. Beads of sweat on Laramie's head, while the wizard's really just building up energy.
Oh, that's a 10 on the dice. Plus 3 is 13.
Okay.
Nice.
So at
That's
this
a good
point,
roll.
you have
We can do the math.
3 points
We did.
of sword on the wizard.
Add his.
My favorite is when we're at the table. When it comes to the dice and the math thing, is when somebody rolls, says the wrong number, but it was still good enough anyway,
You're right.
and nobody even notices. It's like 8 plus 3, that's 10. Good enough. It's like, yeah, it's true. It is good enough. It was 11, but it's still good enough.
Right. Or is it just like they're saying, like, oh, that's a 10 or higher?
Any nail would be nice.
Do a burning brand, but I'm going to do the From Hell's Heart version of it.
Oh, describe that again.
The soul burn.
When you summon fire with any of your moves, you can replace it with the black fires of hell itself. This fire does
Ooh.
not burn with heat and ignores armor, scorching the soul itself.
Yeah. Seems
That's
dapper.
nasty.
Burns so good.
Yeah.
9,
Yeah, Uriel barely ever pulled a punch. I'm pretty sure everything was balls out.
Well, I wanted to play him as the hothead.
Yeah.
We could have done a background soundtrack for Uriel. I mean, there's so many songs. We could have had like Burning Heart from Rocky IV, Hearts on Fire, like I Burn for You.
Disco Inferno.
We didn't build the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Blade. Yeah,
I actually think I would have loved to have been playing Disco Inferno while you were calling on the heavens to rain down fire on the size of a village in a disco. We could have used a mirror ball with flames shooting out of it.
Normally I'd be attacking as well. Which is what I
Burn,
need to do.
baby, burn.
I've already
I mean,
seen
you
it.
still
My
can.
attacks can't get through, but I guess I have to kind of make
The
it work.
last time you did this, it did work.
Let the games begin.
Remember with the whole cloud,
Right.
and the arrow flying.
Right. Yeah, so I think I would do. I think I would do the same thing again.
Okay.
So I guess
What is the attack command again?
Unleash hell.
Yeah, it's just a volley.
No, what is your attack
Chopper
command?
sick balls.
Oh, chopper sick balls, which isn't really, but it just seemed funny when I said it.
It just seemed funny. How many times is that true in the podcast? It just seemed funny when I said it.
Casual conversation too. So just you're sitting in a bar talking to somebody,
There's a lot of accent.
yeah, and you're getting
Always.
along with this nice lady you're talking to, and you say, "You go, girl." What does Cloud do? You could ruin a lot of relationships.
I'm a little aggressive sometimes, but she's really
But she's really stubborn.
She's really cute and stubborn, so people sometimes forget
No,
her.
I know I can.
7 on the dice, that'd be 10.
10.
Oh.
So that will get you. What do you?
It's like so many things in my life.
Mine is the volley with the called shot.
So you're just going to shoot. Well, it no longer would be a called shot
Ah.
because the wizard now really knows you're there and that you're attacking.
It would just be
I think the expression my wife has probably used more during our marriage than any other is "really?" Question mark. Really?
Oh, really?
Thing that was happening to Laramie. Cloud gets right.
How
up
many
there.
times is that
Right
responded
out
to
of
with,
the mist, you
yeah?
see Cloud right before the wizard.
She knew what she was getting into when she married me.
But you're right there. It's like just waiting for one last thing to break through. What's the druid doing?
Like a sort of pure evil.
Yeah, like a sword of pure evil. Just waiting for that.
I mean, so with this blue ball, this blue energy ball, we're just kind of beasting it with our strength. Like,
So
At the
far.
moment. Yeah.
okay.
Kind
Well, a little bit of trickery from Cloud. It's not necessarily strength. It's just I can poof through it.
The animals being tricky,
Alright.
not the humans.
No, humans are just beast mode. Yeah. Hit ball, make ball break.
I'm gonna blow some smoke at him. Hey man.
It's interesting when you get kind of stumped to think about the difference between like Dungeon World and D&D. You know, because in D&D you usually have, I mean, not that you can't be creative, but you have kind of a set universe of moves that you can do and that the opponent can do. Whereas in Dungeon World, you're just like, what the hell do we have to do?
Yep.
Make it up.
In D&D, if you're trying to stop someone from doing something, you're probably just trying to kill them, and that's the straightforward answer. And if there's a puzzle, then it's a DC check against some skill.
Right, yeah.
Covered with bird crap. It's the only thing that gets through the energy barrier.
I kind of want
Fecal
to, like, if
matter.
we're just kind of using our own
Guana?
like, strength, you know, like, because I don't know what else I can
Seemed funny when I said it.
Use what is the druid?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't have any magic, really, abilities to...
Nobody else is using magic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm trying to think how I
Like, that's not an excuse.
all that.
Plus, she has lots of magical abilities.
On the roof, the cave roof over his head. Your elemental mastery.
To be on our
That's what I was
too, though.
thinking.
Is that my idea? Did I have an idea?
Like,
God.
turn it into stone,
That's when it
or
all goes bad.
having the cave kind of just like...
Just tear it all down.
Hold on, but Kurt had an idea. Everyone save versus death.
What do you use to make that happen?
That's gonna be...
Remember when that used to be a saving throw in D&D? Save first death?
Yeah,
What?
It's not.
there were a couple
Yeah,
things
save or die.
like that. Monsters that were just, they hit you, they kill you.
Read it out.
I can't remember the whole Vorpal sword, so that just chopped off heads, right?
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
call
yeah.
the primal spirits
There's
of
no
fire,
save
water,
versus
earth,
chopped
or
off
air
head.
to perform a task for you, roll plus
You just gotta not get hit.
on a 10, choose 2. So basically, the result is the effect you desire comes to pass. You avoid paying nature's price, and you retain control.
But you can only pick, at best, you can only pick 2 of those things.
Right.
Right.
And at
So
worst,
always something could happen.
First, you'll kill 3 of us.
a catastrophe occurs as a
Get all
result.
4.
You think Trillium would have felt
Get all
guilty if we
four.
all died?
5 if you count the wizard.
I don't know.
That would work.
We should have just gone off and talked to the
I think
rocks.
Kelly would have thought it was cool if everyone else died. Yeah.
I didn't want any.
Nah, she probably felt that.
Because I figured.
Well, yeah, but
fire
cool
doesn't
and
work
feeling bad,
if you're
right?
holding his beer.
It's cool that it happened.
Yeah, it was just-
Okay.
Sucks it was you guys.
I just want to make sure, in case it was a trophy or something.
Here we go.
Make a braid out of it.
Oh, wow.
Make a braid out of it. Sweet.
So,
So that's 9.
oh yeah.
Build a bridge out of it.
Yeah.
Are there
'cause
any
it's plus
chips around
3
on the
with
table?
I
wisdom.
give, yeah. Do I get
Yeah,
the chip?
that's 1.
Do I get the chip in
Sorry.
Oh, yay. Okay, so 10 comes to pass.
I can't think of Elemental Master without thinking about Truk almost ending up into the chasm of death.
What I want you to
Yeah,
do
that was fun stuff.
is the 3 that
Almost killing Wylena.
Out of the
Schoolgirl
3,
elf.
let's see, we've got your
Your tag along elf minstrel.
You avoid paying nature's price, and you retain control. How about we do, I don't know what nature's price would be.
I get to tell you that. I get to tell the one you don't.
Magic always has a price.
Yeah.
So that one's
So pricey.
one to me, but I mean, you
To
could
choose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the nature's price.
That's what I was going to go for, and then retain control. I mean,
Because if you don't retain control, you're going to collapse the whole tunnel.
What I like
That was my plan the whole time.
when these moves are happening
Everyone that's
and everyone else at the table is saying what all the bad stuff would be, I'm like, cool, I don't have to think of it.
Like
God.
the penultimate point of the adventure, which means the price is going to be pretty damn big.
I'm good either way. If we all get dumped on, that's fine. I'm good with it now.
All right.
Name anymore, I'm good. I'm good.
So,
I don't have a name anymore. I'm nobody.
I don't know who I am, what I'm doing here.
I'm comfortable with my complete and utter
I'm
destruction.
not even a blacksmith anymore.
Don't know why I have a scorched dwarf beard in my hand.
I
Meh.
want to give everyone.
Do you think you even minded that you weren't a blacksmith, or did you just not even remember that you
No,
ever were?
you never knew.
collapsing? Who are you going to try to get out? Because it's clear that as soon as it starts collapsing, it is collapsing more than what she intended to happen.
I'll say,
So what did she pick for her cost?
So if you're going to try and get out, tell me how. You're get out.
I don't remember now.
didn't hear.
Probably didn't retain control, would be my guess.
I'm going to put the dragon scale shield over my head
Yeah.
and then move toward the exit.
You're never in control in this dark black universe. I'm in control.
Right.
Okay.
I love
Yup.
Cthulhu.
Plus 3 is 8.
Okay. I'm going to say you make it out, but on the way out, you're going to lose half your hit points.
That's fine.
Okay.
I guess I would be running, trying to use dexterity, zigging, zagging.
Oh, yeah, I came up with a mechanic on the fly. I gave everyone a 50-50 shot at getting out. And if you got out, you lost half your hit points. If you didn't get out, you were going to die. I think everyone got out.
Go for it. Give me a defy danger.
We were rolling well. We had a lot of
on the
aid
last,
points.
yeah.
We had a lot of plus 3s.
7.
Well, I'll give you the same result then. You make it out, lose half your hit points.
Okay. Oh,
Uriel?
That's like the biggest hit we've ever taken, I think.
Big one, yeah.
In
I
the
want
series.
to hold the wizard there. I want to pin him down, make sure he can't leave.
Oh,
are you
interesting.
sacrificing yourself?
Because, I mean, part of this is I'm going to have the effect follow the druid a little bit. So that's why I want to she's maintaining some semblance of control while it's going out of control.
But I want him getting away.
Okay.
I mean,
So you're just going to hang out there?
Yeah.
Okay. The ceiling's collapsing.
It's like Indiana Jones. It's like the opening of the tunnel collapsing.
Heck, what are you doing?
So
Get out of there!
shout at him.
Flame boy, get out! What are you doing?
Somebody's got to hold him here.
And so it's collapsing, and bits of the rock and stuff that are falling are getting through the blue barrier, and the wizard is getting hit, and he's clearly getting damaged. He gets a broken arm, and he gets knocked to the ground, and he's clearly unconscious after a few seconds. And he's being crushed. But in the meantime, you
Fine, I guess I'll leave.
watching for this to happen. So here's what we're going to do. You, both of you, while standing there and watching for this to happen, you will lose half of your hit points. And then if you want to try and get out, let's see if you can make it out.
Okay.
Because it's kind of out of control now.
Rocky, you go first.
You want me to roll for it?
Now, for the two that have made it out, you are outside as there starts to develop this sinkhole right underneath the treasury, and the top level of all the broken building and everything, those big stones and everything are falling into this hole that has been created underneath.
What do I need? What am I going for?
What would you be using to get away? Are you just trying to run
Success.
fast?
Go for success.
Dodge rocks? Are you trying to find the watching ahead of you and find the best way out? And really, what we're looking for is what stat are you going to roll against?
Yeah. I'm gonna do. I'll do dexterity. Just get
So
the
you're
hell
just
out
going
of
to
there.
try and run fast and weave past things that are falling that are obvious. Let's see if you make it.
I'm trying to think what I could do to help Uriel.
Don't worry about me.
I'm worried about you, man. I'm worried about you.
Character's all about sacrifice.
And,
Himself.
I caused
Yeah, totally.
this. I'm causing this damage.
Oh, yes, you are.
Get out of here.
And
It was all you.
I want my people to be
Yeah.
okay.
You got survival. But I'm not your
Get out of here. Go.
I mean,
I'm not your people.
you have become, my people.
It's weird that the only person
Say Mama Druid.
is to
Yeah.
Uriel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone else kind of knows who he is.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't even know who I am.
Go. Dexterity.
Make roll go.
This is like split second.
Oh, she's super fast.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm out.
All right, so check it out. Uriel.
I'm gonna grab the staff and use it to hold back any of the rocks falling and run out.
Ooh, I'm gonna give you
okay.
a chance on this. So first off, I want to see if the staff has gotten broken.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you an even or odd shot. You pick odd or even, roll any die.
Oh, any die?
Anyone. Because
Anyone.
equal number of sides.
All right, so we'll go odd.
Okay?
Except for the D17.
It's an even number. The staff is broken.
Well,
Can I roll the prime number die?
Reach for the staff. You see it's in
I'm
splinters.
going to roll a D1.
Cool.
And I'll pick even.
Because of all the stuff. You already lost
That was funny, Kurt.
all the
Thanks.
stuff that's already fallen.
I like that.
Staff got damaged.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I was just going to give you a 50-50 shot.
Could use, thought about that. Could use the dice I got in Vegas, the ones that are just printed bad, so you always get a 7 or 11. Well, one of the two dice is a 5,
Like, make sure he.
and the other die is either 2s and 6s on
When
it.
you just said you're going to walk
So,
out of there, I pictured
One of them is only odd, and the other is only even.
It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
exactly.
hits you,
Yeah,
screw it,
exactly.
I'd live or die. It
Yep,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
That's Constitution.
All right.
Screw it.
11.
So you do
Try
it.
to stroll out so I'm just getting hit. Whatever.
I'd see him, he goes to reach for the staff, and it snaps as soon as he picks it up. The rock breaks it in his hand. Screw it. And then he just kind of walks out like the right stuff, slow walk. The rocks are just bouncing off of him, catching fire as they hit him.
Oh, yeah.
Off of him. He's just pissed off at the world.
It's like the end of a Fast and Furious movie. Diesel on the
I've never
rock.
seen any of this.
Oh,
The whole thing just sinks. Like
how can that
I should
be?
probably have a day just like do them all.
Dude, the first one is. I heard that a couple of
Faster
so
and
good.
Furious, sir.
Yeah, faster.
1 and 5 are the two to watch.
Bigger, badder, asser.
or something.
And
Sorry
I
about your
say,
cathedral rocks.
sorry, guys.
I'm sure they're
Sorry
cool,
about
right?
your cathedral rocks.
Just have to get an excavation team down there.
Maybe Trillium can call down to them, make sure they're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And looking down at the
No rocks.
bottomless pit now, you also notice that
I got a
there's no
rock.
snow falling either, and the sky kind of clears up. There's still snow. I mean, outside of the circle, the size of a village
Yeah,
that got
burnt.
torched. The ground's a little muddy, warm mud.
Yeah.
No
Ew.
one's ever walked in warm mud. That's
Take a mud bath. Good for your skin.
Is there enough of Drummond to do Speak with Dead with him?
no,
No.
definitely not.
There's just some beard hair.
Just barely.
No.
I don't care what.
Turn it into a little sock puppet.
Yeah, he's pretty much past deceased.
He's toast.
It's like, hey, Cloud. Looking around for Wolf.
Oh, so you communicate with Cloud anyway. And I guess what I'm thinking in my head is Cloud's still just mist kind of flying around, just having fun. And Cloud says, "Oh yeah, I'm right here." Poof, and there's a
I thought it was possible Joe was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Cloud's dead. Sorry."
Thought about it.
We all say, "Oh, Cloud."
Oh.
Throw our heads back in laughter.
Silly Cloud. Tricks are for
So now I
kids.
want to hear some more about what do your characters do next in their lives? Where do they go from here? Because the world is going to be in a little
Trillium gets a
chaos.
big thing of that halfling weed and hangs out with her rocks.
She probably starts growing it herself. She probably was already.
Forget how to do blacksmithing? Is that what you said?
Not only do you forget how, but you forget you ever even cared about it.
So do I even remember that?
I think you become a fashion designer.
Probably.
I heard sequins are pretty big.
Purple. Probably
Scarves.
Brett knows that he had forges into other cities.
Now, I was really curious about this point because I had asked you guys to come up with what do you think your characters would do after the adventure's over, presuming you lived.
Which you may or may not care about at this point, or you could have a whole new life.
Yeah.
And the interesting part is
Food
because
cart.
of Uriel's backstory, he may have done those things 2 lives past as well. This may be his 3rd time learning blacksmithing.
Damn it.
Well, if
That's funny.
I mean, if we had this higher level of chaos because of our actions, you know,
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of going to continue what he did, which is helping, like, basically protect towns and cities from monsters or animals and things that are coming to attack from the outside. But hopefully also working with Trillium because he wants to learn some of these cool druid skills that she has, like being able to open chasms and collapse caves.
Druids are badass.
They create
Trillium.
bottomless abysses.
Oh, Lord. Trillium, her heart is heavy because she has made connections with these people. And she just put them in a potentially dangerous, life-threatening situation.
She just almost killed them.
Instead of being classic Trillium and running back into the forest, she's deciding to stay and possibly help rebuild the cathedral, possibly help Uriel understand that.
I mean, she could really motivate the rocks and make that process happen a lot faster than it might otherwise.
Believes that no matter what, there's balance. in
Cathedral
life.
repairs,
She's
7
not
years? No
concerned
way. We'll get that done in 2.
The balance.
Mass hysteria.
So her heart lies with her friends.
Oh,
That's Trillium's.
Kelly's good at thinking of stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Claire may be doing next.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, being a paladin of Josie is his job, so he's gonna go home.
Go back to work.
There might be a little bit of a time where he'll help to try to get some of those stones back, or even just fill the holes with stones that could have new stories written on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, after that, he goes home to Leesburg to his wife and his daughters, and then goes back out
Another next door duty.
Like the amount of chaos.
He strolls in like, Will, would you like some pancakes, honey?
If it was, there was no chaos.
Daddy, I got an A on my science test.
That's
nice, sugar. But I gotta go tomorrow. Like Bob Kraft and Bill Belichick said, you just gotta do my job.
Man.
It's like Samwise at the end of Lord of the Rings.
I can't envision Laramie on a beach vacation.
Over the next months into years, one of the things that happens around the world, no matter where you guys are, you either experience or you hear stories of pretty much anything that was larger than a hamlet, maybe 20 or 30 people. Anything that was larger just descended into just utter anarchy. And all of the big cities have fallen, and it's just villages of people, pretty much as far as anybody knows.
Yeah, so we left the world in
Kind of like
great shape.
Oh, yeah.
No, I would agree.
It's a reset.
No, yeah. It's,
Finding
how it should be.
yourselves in a world like that, what might your character be doing 5 years down the road?
what's your
I
5-year
wanted
plan?
Uriel to go find out if there's any more
Wish I had said it that way. What's your 5-year plan?
focus now.
Okay. So he could be traveling looking for people
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah, straight up kung fu, just traveling the planet.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. What about Breton? 5 years from
What's the guy's name? Kane?
everything has fallen down to
Kung fu with
the
him.
biggest government there
I think it was.
is the
Rambling
guy
around.
in charge of the village.
Well,
Probably be digging it.
Or woman.
yeah, I was gonna say as a ranger, and a naturalist. I mean, he likes the social aspects of towns and cities, but he's not particularly enamored of the city structure at all. So It doesn't really bother him as long as it doesn't lead to kind of mass lawlessness and evil. And if it did, then that's something that he would be fighting against.
Lawlessness, yes, not necessarily evil.
Right.
But each town has its own set of rules.
Right.
Like your HOA. They're not all the same, but there are similarities.
Who run Bartertown?
Those towns think they have their own rules, but only my rules matter.
More frontier area.
You're so weird, Kurt.
5 years down the road, Kingsbury has trees growing out of buildings where they weren't before.
Right.
One of the only places still left running there is the Gurgling Goldfish. There are like 5 houses.
I'm sure it's still there.
The gurgling goldfish with the stripper pole in back.
Just craziness.
Good job with your spelling.
Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, like right there.
Like for a while, he just continues to just be a paladin, and then like he goes home occasionally, sees his family like growing up.
Got some pancakes? That's all you ever cooked, Daddy.
Like, the big towns aren't safe, and Leesburg's sort of a small town, so he sort of retires to Leesburg and becomes the mayor.
The mayor.
Yeah.
Cool. And that makes sense because it seems like he would want to be there where his family is, but also not be a regular person. He still has to do something important.
Yeah, he keeps it safe. So it still continues to be a small town by the coast, but he just sort of hangs out.
Just sort of hangs out. The mayor just sort of hangs out.
Kind of like, you guys know The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
No.
Years after.
The Sam Elliott character.
Yeah.
He just shows up.
Julia has become less reclusive than her normal self because of all the experiences. She still lives in the forest, but she has found that people have tried to escape the towns that are being, there's anarchy. And
In my mind,
stuff.
Trillium is like half Kelly and half this like awesome hippie chick that I dated in high school.
Following,
I went to like a really kind of, I don't know what the word is,
Now the
snobby
four-
prep school.
Those two and Brad Pitt and George Clooney are square dancing in your head right now.
Yeah, so
With the sex hawk.
With the sex hawk.
Can be balanced.
Oh my god, the
that was
Sex Hawk
this adventure.
episodes are an all-time highlight in my mind.
Yeah.
She enters the city
For gaming.
sometimes. Just
The Hawk
There's
orgy.
not much to say.
Actually,
As many
druid
people
friendly
in your
that
commune as any
Sex
survivor
Hawk.
Yeah.
of any surviving community.
okay.
So
Now she doesn't tell
basically-
them all the secrets of the forest.
I
But
think Kelly's 5-year plan was the last one.
I think so too.
that's
And then we just talk about, we review, which we
I
don't
think
need to
so.
listen to.
Yeah. I just want to confirm that and then I'll stop it.
So yeah.
So what do you? Let's take a couple minutes. What do you guys think of the?
Yeah, there we go. So let's take a couple minutes. What did we think of our recap of the adventure? What do you think about listening to yourself? You don't listen to many of the podcasts, Kurt.
I don't. I used to at the beginning, but I mean,
It's something, right?
yeah. It's I don't feel the need to go back and listen to them again myself. But if I'm actually very curious about people who listen to non-video live play podcasts like this. Like, what the reaction is. If it's if it's background listening for them at work, or if they're really into the story and following closely. And some episodes are definitely more vibrant and exciting than others. Some campaigns are So, I don't know. I have fun playing. That's all I can do.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear if anybody thought certain characters were going to go a certain way, or if the story was going to go a certain way and it didn't.
Yeah.
Are they surprised by anything?
I know for me, the audio podcast part is actually both of the options that you gave. It was for me to start background listening at work. Like we're sitting here right now with one earbud in, I would do that at my desk at work. It started for me actually with audiobooks. And I was like, well, I found this, I can't remember which one I first listened to, but I first listened to, may have been Critical Hit. Somebody recommended it. I started listening to it, and I was like, it's kind of better than an audiobook as long as it's entertaining. So I stuck with that, and then I started paying attention to the stories, and it was a lot of fun. Then I decided I could probably do that. Turns out there's a few hundred people that like to listen to us.
And here we are in
And
the
here
shed.
we are. Here we are. And is on the internets is with video and stuff too. And the plan is still, I'll keep a audio portion, so I'll cut the audio out of this and still release it as a regular audio podcast. But we're doing it live without any actual post editing now.
Right,
We'll see how that works out.
All the mistakes will be there.
Yeah. Now all the mistakes are
there's
normally
never any
there.
mistakes. We don't do that.
But I want to make sure all the audio is good so that we don't have to readjust afterward.
I think that was one of the things before I was on the cast, like the audio was really good.
Yeah.
Because and even like professional ones, like, why is that so horrible? You guys should have good equipment, that was always like definitely the one of the great things about it is like everything was really tight audio.
Yeah, if we could just get that annoying blonde guy to put his mic in the right place, it would be really tight.
That newbie.
And after today, if anybody out there is watching these videos from today's recordings and streaming, if you think that the audio is better with the headset microphones like we normally use, I can probably set that up for next time. I thought about it but didn't do it because this sound actually came out pretty good. Now the thing is, it does pick up all of the little things. One of the reasons we have this black pad on the table is so when we roll dice later, it won't be so loud. This table is a regular plastic fold-out table, so it's that'll be really loud on the mic.
I couldn't eat my Tostitos with a hint of lime like I usually
not
do.
to start, no. But that's something that we could probably set up for next time. I might actually have a couple of more camera angles next time instead of just the one camera with multiple angles.
Yes, we'll have under the table shots next time.
Yes, we will. There's one
Might
right
be wearing pants, we
now.
might not be.
Upskirts.
Speaking of not wearing pants,
I'm wearing a kilt.
Cthulhu don't need pants.
he's not wearing pants.
Cthulhu don't need pants.
Fuck your Yankee blue jeans.
Yes, that would be something I think Cthulhu would say. You Yankee Blue Jeans. So we're going to get ready to wrap this one up. I thought it was a lot of fun, actually, to listen to ourselves and comment. Of course, we sidetracked a lot, but that's exactly what I expected to do. So it worked out well.
Sidetrack a lot on the...
And who knows, maybe in the future we can go back and pick a couple of memorable episodes and do it again. Talk about.
I would love to comment on Sex Talk.
Sex Talk. I was thinking even as far back as some of the very first D&D starter set adventures, we could go back and comment on that. At that point, Chris wasn't on the podcast.
Yeah, but I want to say I've heard most of everything.
Yeah. But I know those are, because of how long we've been around, over 4 years, those are some of the most listened to episodes because they've been around the longest as well. But that's something we could definitely do if this is a hit. And now we are on YouTube. It's live. And it's also going to be on YouTube after the live bit. So make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe and like and all that stuff YouTube people say to do.
Yeah.
There's something about alerts and notifications on it. And when I figure out the right verbiage to use there, we'll put it up. I'll probably even put something on the screen. Yeah. But if you're watching us on YouTube, you know where to find that subscribe button and the like button. And I think that's about where we can wrap this one up. You guys ready?
All right.
All right. Then we can all say bye.
Thanks for listening.
The preceding podcast was
gonna
brought
say,
to
I'm
you by
gonna
One
come
Joe
with
Young.
it,
You can find us
the
online
microphone's
at
still on.
adventuresfromtheshed.com.
It wasn't me. The other bald guy.
You banned from YouTube.
I know, man. They're banning all kinds of stuff now. Getting creepy.